Hey guys, we hope you all are able to hear and see us fine on our video.
Hey guys, we miss you. We hope everybody's safe and healthy, and we have some fun stuff coming to you starting tomorrow when you stop by the school to pick up your school academic packets. But Miss Katie and I wanted to go over a few things, and for the parents I haven't met, I'm Miss Kelly, the OT on the south end, and Miss Katie does the OT on the north end. So we're going to go through a few things that are in your packets. Every packet is a little bit different. So you might see something here that's not in your packet or vice versa. But always know that we're here to reach out. You reach out to us if you have any questions or you need additional resources.
Yes, and we're sending this all out on Remind. So hopefully if one person has a question, others might have the same one and we'll all be able to see it. So if it's a generic type question, feel free to ask it on Remind just in case someone else has the same thing, and then we're not repeating all over again. The first thing we want to show you, this is Be a Sensory Star. It's a little at-home sensory diet that you can do, and we want everybody to keep in mind that this is a great prep activity, so try to do these first if you need to regulate before you're doing your fine motor and handwriting stuff.
And it's going to give let me flip this one back. It's going to give you, when it says like how many times to do each one. Most of my students do these things between like 3 and 10. And most of my kids kind of already know their routine, the things that we do for warm up, but these are just a nice visual.
And you may find that some of them, are not appropriate for you. Just pick the ones that you feel like are going to be most beneficial for you to use, and then kind of get a set routine going. So these activities will all be broken down. You don't have to do them all in one setting. That would be a little bit much. So keep that in mind too. So you would do this and then do your handwriting activities.
So pick maybe 3 or 4. You don't have to do the whole packet. You'll kind of see what's working for your kiddo.
The next one we have is a fun little prep activity, and we've included some Play-Doh for you. All of this is going to be kind of outer space themed because we're missing Special Olympics and we're a little sad about it. So we've got our outer space little dough patterns going. Now, there's a bunch of different colors on here. We were only able to provide everybody with 2 Play-Dohs, so just let them be creative. You see how they're kind of slender in pattern? That's a good little hand exercise to have them smush the Play-Doh, roll it out, kind of make it into a log, and then press it down onto these sheets. And we put it on some little laminated paper thing so that it won't stick. Hopefully not make as big of a mess for you.
Okay. Every kiddo's getting a stretchy band, so this is a great little warm-up. You can actually squeeze it also and prep for your handwriting work, and this just gives some good proprioceptive input. So that is also in their bag.
Little fidget. Got our beans here. The next one is a good little fine motor activity. Got the spaceships here with different pre-writing strokes that we use a lot, but instead of tracing, you can end up tracing it at the end, but first we want you to use these little beans here and have them line it up on the line and completely fill in each line.
And it kind of gives you an example there so you can see kind of where we're going with that. And then when they get done, you can use your crayons and pencils and actually draw the mark.
The main thing we want you to look for is having them pinch. So trying to pick up with just these 2 fingers so that you're getting those fingers ready for writing. And we've got a whole little bag in here.
And then picking them up in one hand.
Yes.
So you can
try to get, I'm gonna give her a few.
Okay, so then Miss Katie's gonna pick them up one at a time and try to get as many as she can in one hand.
Without dropping.
So you want to go and you can time it, kind of,
have a race.
Yeah, beat your best record, and then try to do it with your non-dominant hand too. So because we want both hands to work well. Just
remember, we use beans, so hopefully if your kiddo's prone to wanting to eat a few things, this should be okay.
Okay. Place the curves, and this actually, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of light. Some of them we made a little bit darker, but it's the same concept there. Make the bean, fill them in with the beans, and then you can also draw the strokes. This is a great pre-writing also. Okay.
Next one, we've got these little stickers. So they're in a packet for you. And all you're gonna do is just have them peel the stickers. Again, trying to use these 2 fingers, and pull them off and stick them on the page. Now, if your kid is having a lot of trouble getting these off, what you could do is go ahead and have some of them peeled for them and like put them on the table and just have them pick them up and put them on the table, on the paper. You can tailor it to them, but if possible, we want them to work on peeling the stickers off themselves.
And this will work on visual perception skills and matching and discrimination and all that good stuff. And you can also, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can tape it on the wall and have them stand and do it. It just works shoulders and wrists a little bit more, or stand on a couch cushion and challenge their balance a little bit while they're doing it. So you can take this activity up or down. Okay.
Next one, we were not able to send everybody a pair of scissors. Hopefully that's something that you have at home. But we just got a few little scissor skills. I know a lot of my preschoolers, this is what we were about to start working on. So for this month, you're just gonna be getting straight lines. Next month's packet, I'm going to start including some curved lines and a little bit more difficult. So, I mean, really even just giving them paper and letting them shred it with scissors is fine. Just introduce the activity. The more that they try it, the better and more comfortable they'll get with the scissors. But do try to make sure that whenever they're cutting, you always have them trying to put their fingers in the right hole. So thumbs up, just to cue them so they're not turning it.
Yes. And you can actually draw a little smiley face on their thumbnail. Take a little marker and say, as long as you see your smiley, you know you got thumb up.
Color their finger.
Yes. These are now again, every packet is a little bit different. So you may see something here that's not in your packet. But if you see something you like, just reach out to us. This is in here really just for your information. This is the capital letters. There's one for lowercase and there's one for numbers. It just gives you the terminology that we've been using all year and how we've been teaching your student how to make the different letters. So this is just kind of FYI, and they can also trace over this too. Some may have, which is still along the pre-writing train of thought, and then alphabet review, all your capital.
While we're doing these, or you're working on them at home, you can use this sheet for the words. So as they're writing A, you could be saying, you know, big line, little line, and cueing them on how to make the shape so that they're having that auditory as well.
And then there's also a couple of sheets for lowercase matching, so they can start to make that correlation. All right. Do you want to do mine?
Yeah, the last one that we have in this little Handwriting Without Tears, this is all Handwriting Without Tears program. Each one will have a name, so you can see where it says my turn, your turn again. So first you would write it for them. You can either highlight so that then they can still trace over it, or write it out to the side, whatever you want to do. And then the bottom two is their turn. So I would probably have them trace first, and then over here beside it, have them write their name.
Okay, these are just some additional pre-writing things, and they're just always good to help them learn more control of their strokes. And it works on circular
Squares, drawing diagonal lines,
Yes,
and it'll
so-
tell you on each animal. So it'll say draw circles on the cat, horizontal lines on the fish. I think it's vertical lines on the zebra, and squares on the giraffe. This is probably going to be a more difficult for some of the preschool level, but you're still getting the same concept.
Absolutely. All right.
So that's pretty much it for pre-writing. We included some just little fun activities too. For fine motor work, we've got, we included a little packet of crayons and a little color by number worksheet. Again, keep it with the outer space theme. If they're not able to tell, you know, connect the dots here that the 5 means to color and, you know, dark blue, you could go ahead and just put a little dark blue dot beside all the 5s and then have them finish coloring in and making sure we're trying to stay in the lines, or outline it, whatever you feel like works better for you.
And the little crayons really just help them to get a more advanced pencilgraphs. So there is purpose behind the little crayons.
Last one in here, we put a little outer space picture on some cardstock and included some watercolors just for a little fun activity. I could even do it outside if you don't want to get messy in the house. Just a fun little something for them to do. I think that's pretty much it. Everybody will also get a pencil, and I think that's it. We're gonna drop these off at the schools, and we're gonna be sending this out on Remind again. Feel free to reach out with any questions. Comment on there if you want to. If you don't feel comfortable, it's supposed to be confidential, so nobody should see anybody's names unless you just put, you know, something that's very, I guess, outlying. But you can email us, call us, reach out to your SPED teacher, and they can get to us, whatever works best for you. You have anything else?
I think that's it. We miss your kiddos. So
We'll be sending another one next month. Look for it.
all right. See ya.